Imagine shrinking your prostate size by 50% or more in just 2 weeks. It's mind-blowing, but today I'm going to share with you and reveal groundbreaking science that shows this high-altitude adaptogenic herb is literally changing the game for prostate health. This natural, effective, and side effect-free herbal changes the actual cellular makeup of your prostate gland by blocking both an inflammatory cytokine, which causes the prostate cells to enlarge and expand, and it also blocks androgens that cause expansion of the prostate. These two powerful effects can reverse your problematic prostate symptoms. Stay tuned to discover how it works, the research that supports its benefits, and what dosage you need so you can get started seeing results today. Gentlemen, I'm so excited to share today's video with you because I really wish that my grandfather Gallagher could have known about this and had access to this amazing adaptogenic root in the 70s and early 80s when he was battling BPH that ultimately turned cancerous and took his life when I was just a little girl. So I'm excited to share with you research that I think will directly impact your prostate health, and most importantly, it's going to drop your prostate size significantly. This has ramifications in lowering your PSA and greatly reducing assorted prostate symptoms, like feeling like your bladder didn't fully empty, frequent urination, incontinence, pain and irritation and inflammation during urination or void process, as well as waking up at night and feeling discomfort in the lower pubic pelvic region. I'm excited to share a powerful BPH reducing adaptogenic root called maca. In particular, we are dialing in on the effects of red maca. This Peruvian herb is backed by clinical research and centuries of traditional use. And red maca in particular offers a rapid natural solution for managing prostate concerns and overall improving the cellular and inflammatory state of your prostate gland. The amount of research surrounding red maca and its capacity to improve prostate function is quite vast. There are a multitude, dozens of articles and pieces showcasing how red maca can reduce prostate size, and sometimes in as little as 7 days. And it's very impactful because of the particular phytonutrients or phytocompounds, the chemicals in this Peruvian, grown in the high altitude mountains, that delivers the kind of greater capacity to be adaptogenic in our body. If you watch any of my videos, you know I love adaptogens for stress management, immune supportive, and overall inflammation reducing. One of the kind of magical components of using adaptogens that are grown at high altitude is we're able to tap into the plant's natural adaptation to survival. And one of the things with red maca specifically is its androgenic blocking function. There is a particular phytonutrient or kind of chemical profile in red maca called glucosinolate. This composition is what really gives red maca its specific prostate function supportive actions. And in clinical studies, do want to share with you, these are primarily rat or mice based, and the rats in the studies are often delivered either testosterone and or estrogen, fed really poor diet, and basically we create a situation in a clinical setting where the rats are developing a BPH, so hyperplasia, enlarged, inflamed tissue of the prostate gland. And so the rats are analyzed over a period of 14 days, and even longer. We have some studies that go up past 40 days. And these studies are phenomenal. They literally are mind-blowing in terms of red maca is proving to be better than finasteride. And if you are sitting here watching today's video because maybe you've been given a recent script for Flomax or finasteride, and you're unclear if you want to use it, and sometimes there are side effects, unfortunately, with some pharmaceutical medications, this video is meant for you because there is a resource and an alternative. I absolutely love the liquid max herb version of red maca. Consuming the liquid version of this maca herbal is going to ensure that you max out the benefits as shown in these studies. A typical dosing recommendation would be to consume a dose in the morning and a dose in the evening. Each dose is about the equivalent of 1,000 milligrams. You have the capability of harnessing these clinical studies and the documented improvement to shrink and reduce the size of your prostate upwards of 50% or more in as little as 7 to 14 days. So if you're dealing with urgent symptoms that are not only bothersome, but maybe you are approaching needing a catheter or you currently have catheterization, I wanted to share these studies with you today because they can be highly effective. One study shows when clinical participants use just 100 milligrams of maca for 42 days, they actually show in tissue slides changes in the prostatic epithelial height and duct luminal area. That's fancy speak for the actual cells of the prostate change. So there's a cellular size and shape change that occurs after 42 days of just 100 milligrams of maca. I recommend the 5X approach, the 500 milligrams, where we see a significant improvement in prostate conditions and prostate size. But I'm going to share with you another study actually journaled. Participants who consume 500 milligrams, in just 7 days, they had a significant reduction in the weight of the prostate gland itself. So not only can we change the size, we can reduce and shrink the size, but we can also lower the weight of the prostate. Weight in regards to the actual tissue, it generally means we're reducing the inflammation, inflammatory cells, and fluid retention in those cells, ultimately causing the gland to be swollen. So if you ever had a blister or a hive or an insect bite that has had a reaction, it becomes inflamed and the tissue expands because it fills with fluid. And red maca, as shown in the study, has this amazing capacity to function kind of like a sponge squeezer. It just squeezes out all the excess fluid and reduces the actual weight of the prostate. Now, the anatomy of the prostate is such that when it's enlarged or inflamed or weighs more than the ideal weight, and you'll have had labs and scans like ultrasounds and MRIs that give us some dimensional notation, actual assessment of weight, size, and shape. That is specifically referring to the cells being expanded and encroaching on the urethra. So expansion in the prostate is both outward, but it's also inward where the urethra sits. If you've seen any of my videos, I have a prostate plushie, like this little guy. This is our little prostate. But here, this round green space, this would be your urethra. And so the outer, this darker green circle, that's that inner tissue that when it's inflamed, it actually cinches, closes in on this inner urethral hole, if you will. So reducing the size and the weight is very important for reducing symptomology of BPH. Ultimately, what these studies are showing, and my takeaway for you today, is that red maca can change the cellular makeup, the cellular composition of your prostate gland. So instead of the shape being enlarged and heavy with fluid and abnormally shaped cells, we see epithelial tissue, cellular tissue, changing from columnar to cuboidal shape, more cube, round, kind of square shape. This is a cellular change that is reversing of a disease pattern of the prostate, particularly reversing BPH. And BPH can often be the precursor, like from my grandfather Gallagher, it was the beginning of prostate cancer development. And when we have an enlargement of any gland or tissue and the cells change in shape, the immune state changes, inflammatory cells come into play, and influences like testosterone and estrogen on the prostate all set up a situation where we can see precancerous cellular changes and then more malignancies, meaning prostate cancer. This doesn't happen with every man, it doesn't happen with every BPH case, but it is something that does happen. And red maca in clinical studies is showing two key things. It reverses the actual weight of the prostate gland in as little as 7 days. And 2, it reduces the prostate size by 50% or more in just 2 weeks. That is significant, and that is why I recommend maca. If you are my grandfather Gallagher today, I would be recommending you take 2 capsules of this once a day if you had BPH. I hope that's helpful for you if you are on finasteride or you have beginning prostate symptoms, or if you notice a gentle increase in your PSA levels. Maybe you haven't been diagnosed with BPH right now or have a family history of BPH or prostate cancer. Choosing to add red maca into your everyday prostate wellness routine is what I, as a naturopathic physician, recommend to all my male patients. So I hope you take this information and run with it to reduce your prostate weight and size. I'm really excited to hear all the amazing results of you consuming the nat-grown red maca in unison with black and yellow maca. Maca overall as an adaptogen is so fantastic. It works with men and women in multitude of ways. I'm going to share with you, maca in general for men gets billed as a libido enhancer. That's a huge benefit. That's not obviously the focus of today's video, but if that's something also that you've noticed, that the increased size and weight and shape of your prostate gland has reduced or tanked your libido, then red maca and the combination of maca in Nat Grown's maca supplement would be highly effective to add as well. So that's a side note benefit. If you're interested in me talking more about the libido boosting effects for both men and women, comment down below and let me know. And I'm excited to share with you, I will be choosing one comment winner on today's video to win this supplement. I'll be picking one lucky comment winner who comments down below what information in today's video was mind-blowing to you or is inspiring you to add maca to your daily regimen. Any way that we can approach prostate health naturally with the least amount of side effects that can be highly impactful is really my mission since I was a little girl. I don't want to see any more Grandpa Gallaghers out there suffering. It's terrible. This is a personal mission of mine, and I really appreciate your time for watching. And please make sure you comment below and share this to any of the groups, male groups, prostate groups on Facebook or on social channels. And please email, share with friends and male family members that might benefit from this content. Thanks again for tuning in. I look forward to see you on our next video.